We've done it. We got it figured out. You got a little spicier.
You got spicy with me. And you know what I'm going to answer? Spice with spice.
But you know what? You sound... If you were a Spice Girl, your name would be Reciprocal Spice.
That's exactly right.
Mommy, did she say reciprocal spouse? What? But you sound real good in the ears now. It's crispy. Mm-hmm. I'd be crispy spice. I don't. I got cut from the group real early on. So it's not a tunic shirt, but it's big.
It is big. You've been wearing the beefy tees.
They're not beefy tees.
No, they're not because they're soft.
No, that's like saying...
They're boxy.
That's like calling it a Kleenex or latex.
Yeah.
It's a
brand name.
These are called Elwood.
All right.
Elwood.
They look nice.
Thanks.
They're very soft.
Incredibly soft, and they're meant to be oversized. Dear friend Tyler...
Mm-hmm. Hi, Tyler.
Sent a recommendation the other day, and as we know, I'm a sucker for a clothing recommendation.
From a friend.
I'm in the middle of a shirt cycle.
I know.
Don't catch me on the tail end of a front end of a shirt cycle after
You're
I've done
always on a shirt cycle. You're always on the quest for the perfect tee.
But I haven't bought new shirts in...
Yes, you have.
When? When's the last...
You have had shirts purchased for you because I've done it.
Okay. Oh, you want to buy me some? You can buy me some shirts?
I did.
When? Now? Buy me some shirts.
They just,
Shirty
apparently
Spice.
They weren't adequate.
Buy me some shirts.
Because you started a new cycle.
Retail Spice. Get me some shirts. No, but I'll try your thing. I'm sure we'll get into it.
What?
No, I'm saying I'll sure.
Oh, the other thing.
Yeah.
But listen.
Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo, and I'm currently in a shirt cycle.
That's right. Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 90. Welcome.
90.
I know.
Check us into a home. Check us into a home. Get me a bedpan because we're on episode 90. Who are we kidding? I needed a bedpan at episode 3.
You know what we need to do?
But not for the normal reasons, like for recreational reasons.
Just because. Because I don't like to get up in the night.
Do you like to poop, but don't feel like you can't poop on the go?
Sorry, guys.
Who's ready?
Not me.
For...
Nope.
What would be the name?
Nothing. We're moving on.
What would be the name for a mobile bedpan that just deploys automatically when you like tug a ripcord in your dungarees?
You know
Dumbarees.
what? Here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
We need to start planning our centennial. It's coming up.
I'm talking bedpans right now.
10 weeks and we'll be $100.
Merch. What about branded bedpans?
We
will be $100. Trippy digis.
I know. How have we been doing this for 100 hours?
I was thinking today that I'm done.
Are you?
I'm pretty much done with it.
You going to make it to 100 though?
Gosh, touch and go.
Episodes.
Touch and go. Here's the thing. The EQ and preamp ramp up to this episode took me.
I'm not doing that again.
It took me. Well, you don't have to because I got your settings saved now. But you were being insolent.
You were being hateful.
Insolent Spice.
Hateful Spice.
That's fine, and I own that. I'm the most hateful Spice gal of all the gals.
Oh my gosh. Listen, and I'm not here for it today. You know why? Because I have a pounding headache. I don't get headaches very often, but when I do, ooh boy.
That was like the most interesting Man in the World commercials, but about like...
But when I do...
Excedrin.
No. I think it's the pollen or there's a pressure system. It's 82 degrees in February.
I got to tell you right now is the sun and the warmth. Oh.
It's a delight.
Oh, but the pollen...
The trees are budding. We're back here again.
Yeah, well, listen.
Budding out.
Budding and heat and pollen. It's got me a little bit in terms of just like kind of affecting me allergy-wise. Not quite as bad as a lot of people.
Post-nasal drip.
Post-nasal
drip.
Drip.
I got it.
Post-nasal drip.
So I took an ibuprofen.
Awesome rapper name.
Yeah. Before coming over here. Spoiler.
1, 2, 1, 2. Wave your hands in the air. Wave it like it's just yeah. And if you like, and if you want some, you get done fun, and then you need Robitussin, and you get in the mind of the day. Oh, yeah.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Hey, everybody, I'm Postnasal Drip. Be sure to cop the new single stream on Spotify.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, what you been up to this weekend?
Saw the Kushels again.
Yes. Didn't you guys have a nice meal together?
Went took them to Madeira for the first time.
Well, you've spoken of it before. I still haven't been.
Well,
is that the crispy rice salad
yep.
place?
Yes, it is. Sausage, best wings in town. I stand by it. Wonderful.
That's a bold claim.
Wonderful service. Flattering staff. I got ID'd.
Sponsors Madeira.
This podcast would take a turn. We would need the branded bedpans if Madeira sponsored, because I'd be...
Okay. Just digestively got it. Okay,
Go
continue.
ahead. I'd be Spicy Spice. It's the most spicy spice girl of all the gals. I saw them. Benny had a rockin' sleepover with one of his pals.
Over here, right?
Yeah.
What did they do? What does that look like now for an 11-year-old fella? What do we do? A lot of gaming.
They were. Lindsay took them to Surge.
Oh, good
So really, I got
Let
a lot
them get the wiggles out.
Yeah, totally.
Early in the evening, so they'll be chill.
Man, if they got the wiggles out before they got here, they started with a significant amount of wiggles. No, so I got a lot of time just to kind of hang solo. I hung out at the house, and then they came home and played a lot of video games. I set them up in the living room, and they gamed
on the big screen.
Gamed it up. No, can I tell you something? Yeah. That is so funny that you ask. Infuriating to me.
Wow.
Because I said,
We've touched a nerve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, your eyes are huge.
Yeah. Well, that's a condition. So thanks for that. They're a little bulbous. I got it. It's fine. You can blame Crindy and Harry.
They're actually not. Because you and I both have.
Okay, no, fine. They're really sunken in, and it's like I'm seeing. It's like there are a couple of buttons sewn into a quilt that's grown around it.
No.
What else do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the size of my teeth being disproportionate to the size of my mouth?
Okay.
What about the fact that I carry a lot of weight in my backside?
Let's talk about.
How about that I'm long torsoed and short legged? What about it? I've got weird thumbs. Sometimes I smell funny. Okay. Sometimes. Sometimes when I try to breathe, I can't. I get up off the couch and we play a game called How Many Cracks Is Dad Gonna Make as he stands up? And if it's fewer than 3, I get a drumstick. I get a sweet treat.
A fudgesicle.
Okay? Can we talk about the fact that ingrown hairs I'm prone to them? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about the fact that I'm a little snottier than your average person? My doctor asked me, so are you snotty? He also said, hey, is it in your family to have your ears be extra waxy? He asked me that. And I said, you can shut right up, doctor. Okay? Now prescribe me my prescription deodorant so I can... So I can catch the ice cream truck before it's gone. I only cracked twice.
Listen, this is a whole thing.
What else do you want to talk about? Blackheads? Got them.
Brandon.
Yes, I'm getting gray on the temples. Okay?
Oh, God. Will you please just finish your story?
Anyway. Okay, so what was I talking about? Sorry, yeah, I get brain fog and forget things. As we approach our 100th episode, it's all happening. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, infuriating.
The big screen.
So, I take all this time to set up the Nintendo Switch on the big screen. Mm-hmm. I clear out everything. We clear out the coffee table. We get them set up with like a little pallet area in there.
You're a good dad, Brandon.
Well, anyways, and so I set them all up, hook up the Switch, leave them to their own devices, quite literally.
Quite literally.
I leave the room and I come back in. You know what they're doing? What? They're both huddled around one Nintendo Switch playing on that screen. Blank television in front of them. Why?
Did you ask?
Yup.
What'd they say?
'Cause.
Good reason.
And I said, you.
You really got me.
Well, I mean, it was infuriating.
Yeah.
Because
Did they ever change to the big screen?
No, well, in the morning they did.
Sure. Okay.
But not during the night.
Well, you know what? It's the effort that counts. He saw that you were willing to do that for him.
That's kind of the motto for my life at this point.
It's the effort that counts.
Effort that counts.
That's
As long
right.
as you show up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. My eyebrows are wily. Okay, and they have been since my teens. I've had Martin Scorsese eyebrows since I was a junior in high school.
This is not true.
I have. They're wily. It's like they're trying to escape all the time.
You've got good ones. Do you know what our
If I was
Aunt Edith...
gonna sculpt them, they'd be phenomenal. But instead, I've just let them go.
They're great.
Well,
You know, I used to have eyebrows like that. And our Aunt Edith,
go ahead.
rest her soul, told me to never pluck my eyebrows because I had Brooke Shields eyebrows. You know what I did? I plucked them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have spent the better part of my adult years trying to reclaim them.
Just the Sisyphean task of regrowing your eyebrows. Do you know what happened? We are so connected as siblings that you plucked them out and they've just grown straight out of my face.
Yeah.
Cousin it over here.
Every hair I pluck becomes ingrown on you.
Yeah. And guys, that's how science works. Don't at me, Bill Nye.
Don't at us, Bill Nye. All right. We have had an eventful week.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the Engle clan.
Tell me.
So I want to start. This happened at the end of the week, but I want to start with it because I think we cursed Jeff last week when you were talking about how Jeff is powerful and only getting more powerful.
Right.
And while that remains true,
Does it?
yes, okay, a couple weeks ago, you all will recall because you're very invested
All of you.
in my life.
And this eyebrow talk is only going to get you more invested.
Well, it's true, and we'll be reviewing eyebrow products on another episode, depending on the demand.
Yeah.
for it, you know.
A weed whacker is the first one I'm going to review.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to pencil them in, trying to reclaim what the 90s stole from me.
I'll just trim 1/80th of my eyebrows and give you some Gorilla Glue, and you just stick it onto your face.
Can you imagine? What a horrific.
That's literally all I can imagine now.
Do you know what, though? That's probably the direction we're going. We have all these eyelash extension salons. What's next? Gluing eyebrows on?
Dude,
with spirit gum?
That's the future.
Human hair.
That's my 401ks because I'm a universal donor. I grow eyebrows.
It's a renewable resource.
Oh, man. My net worth is sprouting out of my face.
I'm just saying, this could be the next entrepreneurial venture.
This is the next cryptocurrency. I deal in eyebrows.
Sick. Okay. Speaking of that, very quickly, you know those eyebrow threading places when you'll walk through a mall and there's
and they've got names like On Fleek.
On Fleek. But someone has a thread. It's a technique. And part of it's in their mouth.
Yeah.
And they're holding the other part and they just twirl it.
Yeah.
Mom gets physically ill.
It's gross.
She gets physically ill.
It's gross.
Like, honestly, she can't look at it. She has to walk by quickly or she will have to make a pit stop in the restroom.
I'm going to start
because it is so upsetting.
I'm going to start a kiosk where I cut out the middleman.
Okay.
And I just chew people's eyebrows off their faces.
Wow.
I just go straight in and just start biting brows.
Wow. Oh, that makes me physically ill.
And
Crindy has pulled over.
It's just me smiling
with your big eyes.
with my huge eyes and my exorbitant eyebrows. Juicy caterpillars.
Wow. Okay, back to this. Jeff is very powerful. But he went to Australia, and I think while he was in Australia, he injured himself. He works out. He's very strong.
He's very powerful.
And I think he was lifting weights and pulled something or tore something in the rib cage area.
You got to be careful because the gravity's different in Australia.
Is it? The gravity's different down under.
Yeah. It is.
Okay. So he pulled something or tore something, came back from that trip and complained about it a little bit, but carried on.
You don't think Hugh Jackman got like that by lifting regular weight?
It's true.
Hemsworth brothers?
Right?
Okay.
They make them different in Australia.
Crocodile Dundee?
Right?
That's a regular size knife over there.
You're right. They're built different.
So don't lift weights down under. Back to your story, sorry.
Onward. Okay. So something was amiss when he got back, and he mentioned it, but he carried on. Well, then he contracted flu B, as you know.
Sure.
All of the violent coughing and sneezing really ratcheted that injury up.
Sure.
So, this is what we learned. Man, I really spoiled the story. But anyway, he goes into the ER.
You're a dynamite storyteller.
I know, I'm
Don't
great.
sell
I'm
yourself
really
short.
great at it. But the pain, he woke up one morning and the pain had migrated to the front. It was in the back, migrated to the front. So he thought, kidney stones perhaps? Who knows? Goes to the ER. This was last Friday. Got right in, thankfully, and did all the tests, all the things. Everything came back clear. And they said, we do believe it is a muscular skeletal issue. And I texted you and you said, well, that makes sense because Jeff has a very muscular skeleton.
Yeah. I mean, that's science. Again, it's science.
And you even said Jeff pulled, what did you say?
What did I say? I don't remember.
Something about down under.
I don't remember half what I said. Oh, I said he pulled his down under.
He didn't. It was a rib cage.
I wasn't going to say anything. You just made me say that on the podcast.
Anyway, guys, so it was quite the eventful time. So Jeff has an appointment with someone this week to just check on it. He is feeling a bit better. But in the meantime, this is the kind of thing that Jeff will do.
What's the kind of thing that Jeff will do?
If this had happened to me, I would be in bed on a heating pad.
Right.
I would be resting, okay? I would be alternating heat and ice. I'd be taking it easy.
Right.
Rico easy.
Yeah.
Not Jeff. Jeff, I came home and Jeff had lifted a bunch of boxes. He coached soccer. And the next thing I know, I look over there and they've kicked the ball up onto a ledge in the indoor soccer field.
Sure.
Jeff is hoisting Hope up onto the ledge. That man.
To be fair,
Guys.
Hope weighs
She's tiny.
0 pounds.
She does. But guys, I can't get the man to rest. Let me let the internet know I have tried to encourage him to rest and heal from his injuries. He won't do it. So we'll see what the doctor says.
He'll never do it.
Well,
He's the hardest working man in show business.
it's true.
Do you want, it's a matter of national security. Jeff
it?
can't stop.
Okay.
Otherwise, terror wins.
Okay.
Because we all sleep under the blanket of freedom that he provides.
Guys, there are so
And
many
it doesn't
conspiracy
matter,
theories
and
about
it
Jeff.
doesn't matter what he has to do to get it.
Okay.
He's out here. He's traveling. Was that my dog just headbutting a
I
door?
don't know. I didn't care for it.
I don't care for it either. My dog hears us talking about Jeff. Leo's a sleeper cell, and he's not supposed to let us talk about Jeff's business
I was more afraid that it was an earthquake.
Well, that's the difference between us. Your brain goes to
Logical.
potential earthquake, and mine goes to my dog's a sleeper cell trying to stop us from talking about Jeff's secret agent business.
I live in reality, guys. I appeal to logic. Brandon is fantastical.
Can I ask you a question?
Exaggerations.
The whole living in reality, how's that going?
Oh, it's terrible.
Because it's rad over here. It must suck to live in reality because, sometimes, guys, reality,
Bites.
it's bad. Oh, bites, that's way better.
Thanks.
Again, reality, bad. Turn a phrase. Hey, Billy Shakespeare.
You're usually the one who turns a phrase. I'm proud of that, guys. Reality bites.
It's a movie from the 90s for
Sure is.
Mia. That's a movie from the 90s.
Yeah, for our Gen Z listener, Mia.
Although I would imagine any Gen Zers that might know, she seems like the type that
Gen Zers worth their salt.
might know it because they're like in the 90s right
It's
now.
a resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mia's very fashion forward.
Anyway,
Which means she's fashion backward.
which means that we're
90s.
all current. Stop. It checks out. And it doesn't have to check out because I don't live in reality. That's the beauty. The rules don't apply to me. And here's the thing. Angie, just stop taking notes on this. You're not allowed because
Our therapist friend Angie.
because what I don't need is I don't need it's not an issue. It's whimsy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's not an issue. It's whimsy. Well, there's the title of the podcast right there. It's so good. Okay.
It's also a great t-shirt. I would just wear a t-shirt that says it's not an issue, it's whimsy.
That's really good.
And then if anyone wants to say anything about it, I just, yeah. It's just a ringer tee that you buy at Gadzooks.
I love it. It's got to be a ringer tee.
Man, Gadzooks is still around. Still zooking it up.
Still zooking.
Because I pop into this Quail Springs Mall every Wednesday.
To walk?
Yeah. Yes.
To get your eyebrows threaded?
I'm approaching my 100th
Obviously
episode.
not.
I need to get my... Oh. Whoa. Bitey spies.
Sorry.
Listen, Angie, you can take notes on that because that's familial trauma 101 is what that is.
It's Whimsy.
Diffused. Whimsy diffused. What happens to a whimsy diffused? Listen.
So you walk the mall every Wednesday?
Yes, I do, but I don't get my eyebrows threaded. I also pop into Jenny Craig just to see what they can do for me.
Stop it.
You
Do
like
you
it?
swing your arms and your hips?
And every time I walk past the guy with like the tennis shoe cleanup kiosk, they go, "Hey, can we help you, pal?" And I go, "No, these are fine. I'm on my way to Gadzooks to buy a Nesquik ringer tee and a Twilight poster. I heard that they've got a Kathy Ireland 4-pack in the back." Anyways,
Kathy Ireland.
dude, Kathy Ireland,
4-pack.
what an absolute smoke show.
Listen, she looks beautiful to this day.
They all do.
They do. No.
I'll tell you who's rocking it still. Tiffany Thiessen. She dropped the amber. She's
She dropped the.
She did. She dropped the embers. Just too many. She sounded too much like she was going to assassinate the president.
How old is she now? 50?
She's 50.
50s.
She's
Wow.
50. Doesn't look a day over 30.
I believe it.
K-Pausk, just out here doing it. No wonder AC Slater and Zach Morris fought over her.
Mm-hmm. They knew how she would age.
What a babe. Good luck replacing her with Tori. Idiots. You know Tori's triplets in real life? Have we talked about that?
Yeah, that's wild.
There's enough with one of her. Okay?
Identical
That's
triplets, even.
That's enough, Tori. No more.
I wasn't a big fan of Tori.
That was a horrible season. And the way they shot it was out of order. It was weird the way they released it. I don't support it. Anyways, I do. I go to the Quail Springs Mall.
Sure.
Because I dropped Benjamin at iCode class.
Yep.
Where he's...
You've just told the internet where your child is on Wednesdays.
No, it's a dude's van. His name's Randy, and he teaches him how to code. He's got a Nintendo Power Glove attached to a cardboard box, and he's like, "See?" It's Sewer Dwayne's side hustle. No, yeah. So I drop him at iCode class, and then it's not enough time to come all the way home.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just sit in the parking lot. So I go to Quail Springs Mall and I just walk around.
Sure.
And a mall on a Wednesday night in 2024 is a pretty bleak place.
Ghost town.
Empty, vacant.
Right.
And sometimes I'll just walk past the Gadzooks, and I haven't got
Gone
the
in.
nerve to go into a Gadzooks.
Are the
yet.
shops open at this hour?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, because I'm there at...
Don't say what time, because the internet knows.
I'm there at 6:30.
Sometime between 5 and 10 p.m.
No, I pick him up after 6:30. Or as the British call it, Gravediggers Biscuits. I'm pretty sure that's what they call 6:30.
Well, that's...
Producer, will you Google what Gravediggers
love
Biscuits is? Anyways, but yeah, I go, and the Gadzooks still rocking.
Wow.
There's not a Spencer's Gifts. There's a Spencer's Gifts at, there was one at Penn, but there's a Hot Topic.
What topic?
But a Gadzooks. I used to love a Gadzooks.
Oh, for sure. Well, we couldn't get that in the little town of Stillwater. Well, that's fun. Mall walking. To me, the best mall to walk is North Park.
Thank you, producer. What are Gravediggers Biscuits is what he searched. And it says 6:30 p.m.
Hey.
is the Gravediggers Biscuits.
Okay.
It is, hold on.
Tea
Despite
time?
anything other ride or
Tea
die.
time in the graveyard.
I guess. What they call it 6:30. I guess Gravediggers Biscuits, but what does it mean? I don't know.
Is that when they stop for a snacky poo?
I guess.
Because, they value their tea. You know what? Probably because they work the graveyard shift quite literally. That's when they stop for tea.
Gravediggers Biscuits.
Or maybe they begin.
They
the
begin
evening
with the
tea.
biscuits. I begin with the biscuits.
Sure.
And
Everything.
I end with biscuits.
Yeah. Okay. So, we talked about all the illness in our home. Hope, during her time down
Now,
with
I
the
know
flu,
it's from an episode of Community that he calls it Gravedigger's Biscuits. Now, I don't know if they really call it that.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
They should if they don't. Okay, so Hope was down with the sickness.
Hope's been down since 2020.
She really has been.
No, just Hope in general.
Oh, got
has
it.
been down since
Got
2020.
it. But Hope the person has been sick over the last couple weeks. So what I've been finding all over the house are these sweet little Post-its.
Really funny.
And I sent you a picture of these.
Really funny.
She has been watching, I can't even tell you how many seasons of Beach Hunters and Lakefront Bargain Hunt the girl has watched. I think she might be a real estate professional to be.
Yeah, I mean, her notes are extensive.
They're
and
extensive.
specific.
Guys, she takes a Post-it note. It's incredible for each property that is viewed. And she talks about, they'll give them names like the Sandpiper House, the Cozy Hideaway.
Sure.
She'll write that down. She'll write the price, the square footage, open concept,
She loves open concept.
natural light,
Natural light she loves.
beach access.
Yeah. I mean,
And guys, I'm finding these little Post-its all over the house, and it makes me so happy each time I find a new one.
can I tell you something? She is being indoctrinated with a lot of really nice taste.
Right?
Who's going to tell her about interest rates? Who's going to tell Hope? Who's going to crush Hope with the interest rate climate that's going on
Also,
right now?
we live in a landlocked state. No beaches here.
No beaches. We got open concepts.
We got natural light here.
The side of your cardboard box is wide open to the rest of the world. And you could post it up near a beach if you like. Tons of natural light.
You can. A lot of access. Beach
Anyway,
access
that'll be $350,000.
for that box.
That'll be $350,000 at 200% interest. Press hard. Third copy's yours, idiot. Buy.
Listen, I'm just saying maybe she can apprentice under you at some point.
Honestly,
You're commercial.
I'm going to wind up being her gopher.
You can be the one who goes in and puts the tray of cookies in before the open house.
The cookie spray.
Yeah. No, the actual cookies.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's 'cause she does it classy.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to lure the quality and level of purchaser for an open concept natural light beach property without real cookies.
That's it. But I hope I keep finding these little Post-its henceforth because it's such a delight.
You're going to start getting ones that are just like, they'll be like those kind of cute little whimsical ones. And then it'll be like open concept, blah, 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 da, da, da. And then you'll start getting like really like short sell, hostile takeover. like what?
She's apprenticing Jeff.
What is happening right now?
She would be the
Predatory
least.
lending. Hope, are you starting a predatory?
Cayman Islands.
Yeah. Cayman Islands. Money laundering, question mark? That's what she's going to start a business where she sells like knitted pot holders and launders all of her ill-gotten booty through it.
You know why? Because she's saving for a beach property.
She's got to save. You can't save for a beach property on an honest wage. Listen, here's the thing, guys. It's right under your nose. Hope's got a pyramid scheme that you'll never suspect.
She wants to open an Etsy shop. Legitimately.
It's an Etsy shop where it's like just, this pot holder, that'll be $705.
Just bat her sweet little eyes.
Okay. And then she just washes money.
What does that even mean?
She's laundering it. I know. Hope knows.
I know.
Hope's been watching.
Oh, man.
You walk back there and she's like, she switches real fast back over to Beach Hunter. She's like, hi. And you're like, Hope, what are you watching? And you click over and it's really just reruns of Breaking Bad. And she's just learning how to start an empire.
Well, when she graduates high school and purchases a beach home, in the Hamptons.
Hope, what are you watching? Open concept. Natural light. Is that meth? Is that meth television, Hope?
Meth TV.
Hi.
Oh. Okay, so this weekend, Mom and Dad took Ben and Hope. They had a sweet little day with them on Saturday to eat at Hideaway Pizza.
Love it.
And then took them to the newly renovated Stevenson Park here in Edmond.
Yeah.
Also known as
Rocket Park.
the Rocket Ship Park.
I don't care for what they've done.
You
there.
don't?
No.
They left the rocket.
No, it's decommissioned.
Well, I know but it stands as a testament. It's a sculpture.
It
was no longer safe.
It stands as a tetanus-tament. Because if you walk too near it, you'll just get you'll get contact tetanus from being within like 3 feet of the rocket.
Don't look at it.
I cannot believe more kids didn't just plinko down that thing.
Yeah, it's horrific. Oh. But yeah, we grew up on this slide. It was there before our time. They had to take the slide off.
We grew up in the rocket ship.
We grew up in the rocket ship.
It's got bars, but it's an open concept. And there's a fair amount of natural light that comes through it.
It's a lot of natural light. So they've completely renovated this thing.
No, sorry, you misunderstand. There's a bunch of empty natural light cans that have been scattered about
Anyway.
by the park hobos that come through the rocket ship. We're out of space. Move over, Junior. That is Canada beverage.
Natty light. Natural light? No. Natty.
Oh, God. Houston, we've got our encore ball. Anyway.
They've all got tetanus. Okay.
They've all got more than tetanus. Let's be real.
Let's be real. Okay. So when Mom picked Hope up, Ben was already in the car, and I said, Ben, tell me about the Whoop Troop. And this is something we discussed last week. Is the friend that came to the sleepover in the Whoop Troop?
He's in the Whoop Troop.
Okay.
But we don't talk about it.
Are you in the Whoop Troop?
No, and I've been told numerous times, because Ben makes me, when I'm on the way to not get my eyebrows threaded on Wednesdays, Ben loves to listen to the podcast. And he doesn't, he's the one.
Hi, Ben.
He's the listener. And and we get in the car, and it's demanding, but it's cute, so I'll allow it. Sure. He just goes, podcast. That's all he says. Word. And I'm like, okay. So I turn it on. And we got to the Whoop Troop portion.
Don't make me listen to myself.
And he got so pumped up. And he was loving it. And then at the end, he just goes, you're not in the Whoop Troop, Dad. Just told me. I didn't even ask.
See, I asked.
If I was in?
No, if I was in.
He said no, didn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah. He said, well, first of all.
You're a girl.
You're a girl.
It's not a lot.
And you're not a boy, and you don't go to my school, and you're not in the 5th grade.
Honestly, the fact that you would even apply is ridiculous.
I know. I was ashamed.
You don't meet any of the criteria.
Also, but the main one was because
what's a whooper?
I know. Well, then he backtracked and he goes, "Well, actually, there's a couple girls. They're in it just because. But mostly, you don't even know what a whooper is." And I said, "You're correct."
Gosh, you should. I would have loved it if you just rattled off like the etymology of the whooper.
Yeah.
What he evolves into.
His powers. What do we say? His strength.
He whoops. Is
whoa.
He's whoop. I don't know. They all got types. It's like this one's a fire type.
Right.
This one's an earth type.
But what do we call it? We call it their type. It's like their number. And we call it their power or their energy or their I don't know, guys.
Well, they've got their evolved. They've got their like original form, then their like evolved form, and then like there's like a next level of like
right.
Evolved.
Yeah. Well, we had a Pokemon phase as well. So I know enough. I know too much is what I'm saying.
Do you?
Uh-huh. I know more than I would care to know.
Okay.
At this point. Okay. We did a really fun thing last night. Hope and Crindy and me.
Okay.
Hope, her big Christmas gift this year was tickets to see Wicked, the musical.
Yeah.
So last night,
the Christian Chenoweth vehicle.
Exactly. So last night we went to eat at Cheever's Cafe.
Delicious.
In Oklahoma City.
Is that, Mom went with you?
Yeah.
Okay. She sent me a picture of her food, but I didn't know about the rest of it.
Yes, that's what we were doing. So we went to Cheever's first. She got the shrimp and grits.
So good.
It was very spicy this time.
She said it had too much chili oil.
But it was good still.
Yeah, well.
Because she thought it was too spicy, I got a couple shrimp.
That's good.
I wasn't sad about it.
So what she did when she ordered, you were like, a little extra spice. So
no, I did not, because I don't tolerate that well, typically.
Better than she did yesterday, apparently.
Well, I didn't eat a whole plate of it. So she got the shrimp and grits. Hope and I split the chicken fried steak, because Hope loves a chicken fried steak.
You emphasize the word fried.
Chicken fried steak.
Yeah, it's like Christopher Walken eating chicken fried steak.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Do it.
No.
Will you do it?
No, you do it.
Okay. Hello, sir. Welcome to Cheever's. What can I get for you today?
Chicken fried steak.
We're going to do it again. Okay. One more time. We're going to do, okay, we've got it, but one more for safety. Here we go.
Wait,
Ready?
Hang on. Let me think of
it. Okay, we're rolling. Lights.
I can't do it.
Okay, and speed, action. Hello, sir. Welcome to Cheevers. What can we get for you today?
I can't do it.
Hello.
There it is.
Chicken fried steak.
There it is. If I were in the room with anyone else, I would try it.
Grits.
Shrimp.
Extra chili oil.
That was really good. Okay, so we ate there first. I got mine with the jalapeno gravy. Risky for me. It was fine.
Risky biscuits.
Hope got the reg. Gravy. Loved it. So then we go to the show at the Civic Center.
A chicken fried steak is just the most American thing you could do.
I know. But the kids, all three of my children love a chicken fried steak.
I'm not hating on it. I myself an American.
Yeah, you're not going to find that. You know what's adjacent is a schnitzel.
Yeah, but that's the most German thing you can do.
Right, but it's adjacent. A pounded thin piece of meat, breaded and fried. Schnitzel.
But you're not going to pound out a chicken fried steak quite as thin as a schnitzel.
No, but you cube steak, you make it real thin. Anyway, so we go to the show, and I have to say, I saw Wicked for the first time. The first time I ever went to New York was with Mom, almost 20 years ago. And we saw it on Broadway with the original Broadway cast.
Was that Chenoweth?
Chenoweth.
You saw Chenoweth in Wicked live?
I did.
That's kind of awesome.
And Idina Menzel.
I don't know. Oh, she's the one from the movie Rent, isn't she?
She is.
She's also on
voiced
Frozen.
Elsa. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at me. I know theater.
Look at
Guys,
you.
I know theater.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
So I got to see it then, and Hope had never seen it. But guys, I have to say, this cast was so good.
Mediocre. Oh.
And hot take, I enjoyed some of the people more than the original cast.
Don't you dare.
I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say who. But this was a funny thing that happened. During intermish, Hope and I got up and came out to the lobby to get a beverage.
To finish our chicken fried steak.
That's it.
We brought them in.
I put it in my big purse.
In my tubs.
And
in
I
my
said,
Tupperwares.
honey, get the Tupperware. Okay. We're standing in line to get a beverage, and there are stairs that come down into the lobby of the Civic Center. And you know, when you go to the theater, especially in the evening, this was a 7:00 show, you're going to see people in all manner of dress.
Sure.
You're going to see people in full sequins.
Yeah.
You're going to see people
The Happy New Year crowd.
in jeans.
Sure.
What we did see a lot of last night was green.
I was about to say, did anybody full-blown cosplay the witch? Did someone face paint and go to the musical?
Oh, yes.
Not
There
surprising.
was a child younger than Hope, so probably 8, 9, in the ladies' restroom. There was like a little entryway to the ladies' restroom. This child was shoved back in a corner.
Sure.
I was leaving the restroom, and I literally was like, stop me in my tracks, because she had on the hat,
Yeah.
the full face paint, and she was lurking in the corner. I thought it was a statue. It was a child.
It was a child threatening.
She committed.
Threatening to get you and your little dog too.
That was it.
I don't need a
Elphaba.
fully cosplayed child
I know.
in a Wicked costume.
And I thought that is some commitment, because here's what's going to happen.
but as a kid, it's acceptable.
Is it though? Because I'll tell you what's uncomfortable: face paint.
Oh, coming off, it's the worst.
Well, and just being in it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Claustrophobia.
What would
They're not going to get to stay for the whole show, is what I'm saying, because that kid's going to start complaining about. It seemed like a good idea for the photos that you put on the Instagram.
Right.
But halfway through that show, that kid's going to complain, and you're going to have to leave.
more acceptable?
I'm just saying.
Or less acceptable for me as a grown man to go in a full cowardly lion get up, head to toe,
Fully acceptable.
And just after-
you would have been a hit.
and just after every song,
You would have been such a hit. Okay, so people are dressed in all kinds of ways. And there is a woman coming down the stairs. I would not place this woman above 25, right? She was a youngin'.
that's a child.
She was wearing an evening situation. I'd call it a cocktail dress. So it was short.
Evening situation, like a sleeping gown.
Yes, a sleeping gown,
and
like
hat.
an Ebenezer Scrooge.
She was honk shoeing the entire. And to get to the bathroom, she lit her candelabra and just excuse me. Excuse
She had the cap.
me.
So she's coming down the steps in her cocktail dress, and she is wearing very spiky, very tall heels.
Please tell me she fell down the stairs.
Well, I'm going to tell the story because she was okay.
Oh,
yeah. She tumbled
worth the price of
down
admission.
the whole last flight of stairs. And I'm telling the story and laughing about it now because of the way that she reacted at the end.
Oh.
So I look over there, and Hope and I both look, bless this woman's heart, dressed completely up. There was no dignity. Bless her heart. Luckily, she had on like no, you would have been escorted out. She had on like bike shorts underneath. Thankfully.
Well, whenever you wear an evening gown to the theater, you have to prepare for an inevitable tumble.
Anything.
So you wear your bike shorts.
You wear your bike shorts. So anyway, thankfully she had those on. Two gentlemen immediately rushed to her aid and are picking her up, and I'm sure they're trying to like smooth her dress down as to,
Sure.
make her feel not like scandalous. Anyway.
And it was Kristen Chenoweth there to see the show.
She's from Oklahoma, guys. So the way she reacted, she just stood up and she put her head down, and I just saw her shoulders like shaking, and I thought, is she sobbing? She was laughing.
Good for her.
So hard.
Good for her for
and
owning it.
then she walked off, not a limp.
No.
I'm sure she had some bruises, but I thought, good for you. And I thought that's how I would react.
You have
I
to.
would freeze in place.
You have to laugh about it.
And just laugh.
I have never been angrier with you
Okay.
for not having your phone out to capture that on video.
It happened too fast.
We could have posted that, and this podcast would have gone crazy viral.
I'll tell you what. I don't want to do that at someone else's expense.
That's all I want to do.
Okay. Okay, but this reminded me of my own falling stories. I have 3.
I want them all. I want to hear all of them.
3. 2 of them involve pantyhose.
Sure. Mine do too, but I was wearing them on my head trying to escape a scene.
Okay. The first one was when I was 15 years old.
Sure.
And I had just started dating Jeff Engle.
15 is not pantyhose age.
No, here's why though. I was on the pom team at Stillwater High School.
Sure, hosiery.
And we were required to wear legs suntan pantyhose when we wore our uniforms to
Guys,
school.
can we pause real quick? When she says we, she means like the royal we. She's like referring to herself as we, because the rest of the squad, they were able to just have regular tan legs.
No.
Ashley,
we all
no.
had to have matching. And
Okay.
it was weird though. I was tanner in high school.
They got sick of playing one of these things is not like the other. You go down the line.
No.
And it's like the kick line looks like, it's like there's a gap in it. It's like kick, 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 kick. No one ghost. Kick, 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 kick. Guys, Casper's messing up the kick line. Could we get her a little egg full of hosiery? Could we go down to the Walgreens and scoop her some melanin?
Listen, I was tanner in high school. I wasn't tan, but I was tanner. I've lost all my melanin since.
Claiming to be tanner than you are now doesn't do it.
Well, okay, but everyone had to wear the pantyhose.
Why are those two standing completely separate? Why is there a hole in the kick line? Oh no, is that Birdwell?
No, what it was is, why are Ashley's arms so much lighter than her legs?
Is that one girl floating? What is happening?
Okay, so this is significant. So I'm wearing pantyhose with my pom-pom uniform.
The Brandon Birdwell story. It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell huge.
Okay. So
Doing a reading at the Borders. Come check it out.
Oh my God. That hurt my head. Okay. So I'm running across the parking lot in my pom uniform with my suntan legs. And I'm trying to catch Jeff Engle because I see him starting to drive off. I thought Crindy was there to give me a ride. I was only 15, you see.
I do see.
And I see Jeff driving off and I'm like, Jeff, don't leave without me. Hooked my toe on the railroad tie.
Not hard to do. Not hard to do. You're running around in some scuba flippers.
And I hooked my toe and I tripped and it shredded up my leg. The strips of my pantyhose were just hanging off my legs with blood. It was horrible. And Jeff sees me. Jeff turns around right as I tumble.
Still married you.
That's what I said.
What a mensch.
And what's hilarious is he came and like helped me up and got in the car, and I was laughing, but also I wanted to cry because I mean my legs were shredded.
And you're young enough to where something like that is like scarring.
So embarrassing.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
wanted to impress him. He was a senior boy, and I was like,
Yeah.
please think I'm cool and cute and all the things. But what's funny is when he proposed to me, he did a scavenger hunt around town, and that railroad tie was still there. And
That's
one of the
funny.
clues was on it, and it was like, I saw you fall and I fell for you. Something clever. But anyway,
Well,
I knew you'd hate
the
it.
story ruled until then.
I knew you'd hate it.
Come on.
Okay, so that's the first time. Second time was in college. I was
I
a
saw
freshman.
you fell. I saw you fall, and I had a moment where I thought, should I keep driving?
Should I continue?
This is a small enough town that word will get around that I left her for this. And I can't handle the level of character assassination.
If I ever want to date anyone else ever again.
I saw you fall and I fell for you. This is not just the railroad tie. It's the tie that binds.
Oh, that was amazing.
Hit me up, Hallmark. I'm writing cheese.
That was good.
Thanks.
Okay, second fall. I was a freshman.
Which, by the way, when I hear of anyone falling in that fashion, all I think of is the phrase that Grandma Biffle would use.
A over tea
A
kettle.
over tea kettle, which is my favorite.
It's the best.
It's so descriptive.
A over tea kettle. That was me that day.
A is for the curse word, guys.
Yeah, just so you know. Okay, I was
Or the colloquialism to refer to a donkey.
Yeah, that's right.
So I could say it.
It's in the Bible.
I could say, oh, don't tell me that because I'll start uncorking A words left and right.
Okay, second time I was in college. I was a freshman. I made top 10 freshman. Flex.
Cool.
On the day.
I dropped out.
And then he went back.
I dropped out and went to park cars.
He did. And then he went back, guys. And now he has his MBA. It's fine. It was, you know what? I support a gap year. A well-timed gap year is a great thing for some people. I support it.
Not us top 10 freshmen.
I didn't need it. But anyway, so on the day that we were to be recognized as top 10 freshmen, I wore a suit. It was an Ann Taylor black crepe suit because that's what you did back then.
Sure. Well, that's what you did back then.
And you wore it with black pantyhose.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This suit had a pencil skirt because that's what we did.
Sure.
I don't know if you're familiar with a pencil skirt.
Yeah.
Okay. The Brandon Birdwell story.
Yeah. They're the thin ones.
Well, they're straight
Like a pencil.
and they go down usually below the knee.
You know I know what a pencil skirt is, right?
Anyway, guys, so I was wearing that, and you know what? That actually turned out to be a really good thing. It could have been disastrous.
The pencil skirt.
Right. Saved the day. Also made it easier for me to fall backwards. Anyway, we're in Old Central.
Yeah.
This is where the whole thing took place. And they had rickety chairs out. I think
Oldest
they were,
building on Oklahoma State's campus.
That's right. And these chairs had to have been from 1883 or whenever the building was built.
Sure.
So rickety. I'm wearing a kitten heel.
That I don't know what that is.
It's a short heel.
It was just a Hello Kitty shoe.
That's it.
Yeah.
A jelly.
Hello Kitty jelly that I got at Gadzooks.
That's right. So I go to sit down in my chair. The whole thing just falls apart. Which
You destroyed the chair?
I destroyed a folding
God,
chair.
that feels like a Brandon
Right?
move. That feels more like a junior high Brandon move than a college Ashley move.
Very humbling. Very humbling.
Yeah.
And I was a thin person in these days. But this was a rickety chair.
Guys, I was so thin and I was top 10 freshman.
Not what I mean. Stop.
Just parading around in my pencil skirts, breaking chairs.
Stop it. But the whole room got silent.
Sure it did.
Everyone turned around and my kitten heels were up. It was horrific. But thankfully, pencil skirt shielded us
If only it had an eraser, the pencil skirt.
from a
could start
real
over.
big fashion disaster. Wardrobe malfunction. Okay, one more story.
Because I didn't have my biker shorts handy.
This is my...
Those are for the theater.
That's right. Those are for the fancy nights at the theater. Okay, this is the last one. Third one.
Welcome, guys, to the episode where we talk about every time Ashley Engle has fallen. We're going to be here a while.
Each decade of my life is marked
Oh, guys.
by falling trauma.
Wait for the 30s.
Wait for the 40s.
God, I can't wait for the 60s.
Stop. Okay, so I'm at Ted's Cafe Escondido. I am so pregnant. with Asher. Like any day now, pregnant.
I'm wearing a Magnum marker skirt because I can't handle the pencil anymore.
There was not a pencil skirt west of the Mississippi.
I was wearing one of those novelty picture day pencil skirts, like the crazy huge pencil.
It's the width of a trash can, guys. Listen.
Guys, let's call it what it is. I was wearing a trash can skirt.
And I thought, I'm going to take Harrison out to do something fun. He was only 2. I mean, honestly, he didn't care.
Fun.
He didn't know. But he loved Ted's tortillas and queso. So I thought this will be a fun thing. So I take in a big backpack with me, as you do when you have a toddler, with like diapers and all the things.
Oh, it's not your to-go tortilla backpack?
No, because I'm sneaking them in. And I hung it on the back of the chair. Well, I stood up to help Harrison across the table. Meanwhile, the weight of the backpack had pulled the chair over.
Sure.
Go to sit back down with my big pregnant self.
No.
Chair's not there.
No.
A over tea kettle.
Yeah.
And when I tell you the entire wait staff of Ted's Cafe Escondido rushed to my aid.
Oh my gosh.
Which scared Harrison, screeching, screaming, crying, saying, "Don't touch my mommy!"
Well, that's a crazy
The whole
reaction.
restaurant is stopping and staring. When I tell you, they made such a big deal about it. People kept checking on me. I couldn't eat my meal fast enough and get out. And I got out and I cried in the car. It was horrific. People were scared I was going to go into labor. So embarrassing. Of the 3, that was the worst.
Gosh, I want them to have you know how when they have like a song for birthdays? Mm-hmm. I want the whole staff to have a song for when like pregnant ladies fall. You are very pregnant. You barely made it through the door. Welcome to Ted's. You just fell on the floor. Hey! And then they just put a hat on. They put a sombrero on you. And they don't help you up. And meanwhile, just don't touch my mama!
They take your picture and put it on the wall.
And you're just everywhere. Trash can skirt akimbo.
It's true.
Babies in the high top just swatting.
It was the worst one of all. Okay, quickly, I want to make sure we get to this. Because a listener has submitted a question for us. Oh. It's his birthday Wednesday, the day episode 90 drops.
Okay.
This comes from Dominic, longtime listener of the pod. Dominic. Hi, Dominic. Can we call you Dom?
We can and we will, and he's the best.
We appreciate your support.
He's the best.
Dominic asks this. Would you rather be able to read the mind of your spouse or your child/children? But there's a caveat.
Okay.
Whichever one you pick, they can also read your mind.
I feel like I would pick child because
You think such hurtful things?
Yeah. Because I want to be able. Here's the thing, guys. I want to demoralize my kid without moving my mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to let him know.
Right.
You're a disappointment.
Whooper stinks.
Whooper sucks. No, I think child because I feel like with spouse or just any adult in general, but spouse, right. Like I feel like you communicate and talk.
And you, exactly. And if you think, I don't know, I can't even put it into words right now. I would agree with you. That would be my answer as well.
And I also want to be able to be like, I know you were smoking clove cigarettes behind the Shoney's. Don't tell me you weren't, Ben.
Oh, Ben. I thought you meant Lindsay.
No, I know
like, what's Lindsay doing?
No, I know she smokes clove cigarettes behind the Shoney's. That's what she does when I've got iCode, like whenever it's not my iCode night.
Got it.
She just goes and hangs behind the Shoney's and just rips cigs.
Clove cigs.
Clove cigs.
Picturing Lindsay doing that. No, I would agree. I think too, I'm a very sensitive person.
What?
And so, okay. So if Jeff ever, and he does get frustrated with me, guys, I'm not perfect. Okay. I was top 10 freshman.
She was.
But I'm not perfect. And so when he does get frustrated with me, I don't think I could bear it. If there was frustration.
Yeah, but you would know exactly what to say to shut him up. Here's the thing. If there's a third option, I would like to 100% decline to be able to read your mind because I want to feel okay. I don't need to seek ye and ye shall find. I don't want to wander around in there.
Well,
you can hop in here though. Okay. It's sunshine and rainbows.
Whimsy.
Whimsy. It's not an issue. It's whimsy.
Okay. All right. Quickly. How is your algorithm?
Cats in hard hats.
Cats in hard hats
Cats,
or and?
No, cats wearing hard hats.
I like it.
And then they say funny things.
Okay.
It's just cats wearing hard hats.
Whimsy.
And they say funny things. And then I exchange a bunch of, with friends. I send you all my stupid stuff, but my friends, a lot of it's like music stuff, like people playing cool covers of songs. So I've got a huge bunch of that. Also hot dudes.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll click on a fitness post,
Sure.
and then it's just beefcakes.
Sure.
Left and right. I'm literally swimming in beefcakes, the Brandon Birdwell story.
And cats in hard hats.
Cats in hard hats, music, and hot, beefy dudes.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Go ahead.
Now your algorithm's going to pick it all up. Rapping Chef. He's
Okay.
fun. Just found him.
Cool.
He raps as he cooks. And
Is he
it's
good
fun.
at either?
I think cooking.
Okay, the rapping's not good.
It's secondary. Okay, what you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Listening to, been doing that thing back and forth with Wiser. Listened to a Police album. Some of it was cool and held up. Some of it didn't. It was Synchronicity 2.
Synchronicity.
Yeah,
Scrantonicity.
Scrantonicity. Listened to, I love that Scrantonicity breaks up and then they start another one called Scrantonicity 2 and Kevin just will not abide it. Listened to Radiohead OK Computer was on my list, so I re-listened to that. So good.
You
And my
always have.
current one is College Dropout by Kanye West. So those are what I'm listening to. Just watched all of and cannot recommend high enough the new Marcel the Shell with Shoes On movie. Are you aware of Marcel the Shell?
No?
Netflix. Do it. Just do it.
Okay.
It's a series of shorts made by Jenny Slate,
Okay.
Mona Lisa Saperstein from
yeah,
Parks and Rec.
yeah.
It's her character, and it's a bunch of shorts, but they made it into a full-length 90-minute movie. It's incredible.
Tell me again.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Okay.
He's that. He's a shell with shoes on. His name's
All
Marcel.
right.
It's great. Anyways, what about you?
Very cool. Okay. We're kind of running out of time, but I want to make sure that people know about a new podcast that I listen to. I'm queen of podcasts. It's called The Runaway.
Then why does yours suck so bad?
Okay. It's called The Runaway Princesses.
Okay.
It is season 3 of the New Yorker's podcast, In the Dark. It is a
Okay.
4-part series. It's about Sheikh Mohammed,
Okay.
Arab leader, prime minister of the UAE, ruler of Dubai.
It's a mouthful.
He has many daughters from several different wives, and this particular series centers on one, Princess Latifa Al Maktoum. And it's
Soon
her
to be Queen Latifah.
No.
Oh.
It is
Oh.
riveting, guys.
Intrigue.
Absolutely riveting, and we're probably going to be put on a list for even mentioning it on here. Okay. Guys, we are so grateful for all of the ratings and reviews that you give us. If you haven't given us a rating or review, please do so. They help us so much. They help other people find us. Certain podcast apps do not allow both, but Apple Podcast allows both ratings and reviews.
Both.
Spotify is ratings only. Podchaser is both. Castbox, comments only, no ratings. So check out whatever platform you use, and please do leave us those. They mean the world. What is your warm heart?
This is going to sound dumb, but watching that dumb movie, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, with Benny and Lindsay, we watched it, and Benny loved it. And
So
it was
it's a kid appropriate?
100%.
Okay.
It's like stop motion set in the real world. And it's like got really good messages, and it's really sweet, and it's really kind. And it was just fun to watch that with Ben and have him like absorb it and really like dig it. So
I didn't realize it was children.
you'll love it. Your kids will love it. It's great. What about yours?
Guys, don't listen to The Runaway Princesses with your kids. Okay. Mine is just this really special night that we had last night. Just live theater, incredible music, watching my girl experience that kind of music.
And strangers falling downstairs. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. If you've got any fall-on stories, please send them in because we love them.
Don't forget to wear your bike shorts, guys.
Underneath your marker skirts.
Bye.